This is so sweet. Front yard tank is here. Front yard tank, this is so sweet because front yard tank is here, but she's giving up her castle because we have a very wounded squirrel in there. Very wounded. I haven't shown video. Her left front paw is so messed up, and I've been like doing her nuts for her, you know, getting them out of the show, and trying to keep other squirrels away so she has her privacy. And front yard tank is giving her her privacy. Where did front yard tank go? Her front paw it was chewed up by another animal. This is the Red Cross home, and that's not the middle finger there. It's not the Red Cross sign, but it's also not a middle finger, although it looks like one. And the reason it's the Red Cross home is it's very easy to get in and out. A lot of the homes have kind of a maze in order to keep predators out, but this one was left very simple so that squirrels, especially big squirrels, could get in there real easily if they needed to, and injured squirrels. And she moved right into here the first morning that she hopped across the street with her arm chewed, and I don't think she used to live here, so somehow I think she knew about this place and came here when she knew she needed somewhere to stay that she could get to. It's low to the ground and it's easy to get in and out of. And in case no one's seen my other video on it, it's my first one with a window. Ooh. I don't know. Her front paw looks like it was chewed up by another animal. So front yard tank is staying all the way over here to let the wounded squirrel have front yard tank's castle, even though front yard tank is so shy. There's her leg. I'm gonna get more not speed. There's her arm. It's even more messed up than it looks to be right here. It's so, I saw it yesterday and it's like something, I can't even believe she's still going with it, but I'm so glad she is. I hope she makes it. I don't know how. And here's front yard tank who's being such a sweetheart, relinquishing the castle to someone who needs it more than she does. Here's front yard tank, and I'm just so proud of her. Not only for being such a good sport, but also for, she's right out here in the open and doing pretty good. You can tell front yard tank because of her tail. This is a really good view of it. It always looks like it's missing part of it in the back, but it might actually just be that it's bent to the side. She's a faded orange compared to the others, and she's got that missing piece looking thing at the end of her tail. I think that's Mrs. Brown's boyfriend. She went inside. She found a different castle since someone in need has her primary castle. It's been over a week that she's been like this. Air tank should be about ready. Yep, there she is. You gonna go back in this castle now? She's like, if you just keep staring at me, I'm not gonna be cool here. I think this was spicy mustard. I think that's who this is. But it's hard to tell ever since it happened, because once their personality is altered, which they get altered by when they get very injured, it's hard to tell who they were because everything changes. I should say who they are, not who they were. Or is that spicy mustard? Actually, that might be spicy mustard, so I'm not sure. Doing the thing here. And in all this, here comes L'Oreal. Hey, L'Oreal. Haven't gotten video of you in a little while. He's staying steady. It used to be L'Oreal would come for a while and then disappear for a few months, come for a while, disappear for a few months, but he's been here now. Wow, I sound like an old person. He's been here now for a while, which is nice. I walked the squirrel with the bad leg back to where she goes. I'm telling Front Yard Tank what a sweetheart she is. I'm telling Front Yard Tank how sweet she is. Well, she just won't face me to hear it. But I'm trying to tell her, like, you're so sweet. That was so nice of you to give up the castle you wanted for somebody who needed it more. Because she's injured, really injured. And very vulnerable, and she needed that cover over her head to stay a while and eat. And she just figured out yesterday, that other squirrel, that that's a nice place for her to come and get me. And then I take shells off the nuts for her and she can sit there and eat and eat and eat. I know you don't like being out in the open, but you were willing to do it for her, weren't you? That was really nice. Having a little talk with Front Yard Tank. There you go. Having a little heart to heart. A little nut to nut. This video is just going to be a lot of talking, so anyone who doesn't want to hear any blah blah, don't listen to this. Don't even watch this video because it might be boring if you hate my voice. Or if you don't like blah blah, or both. So here's this squirrel. She has a very wounded left front paw. It's infected, I think, because it's swollen. And I'm very worried, but she's lasting a long time, so I'm hoping that things go better than I was initially expecting. I think she got it chewed on by another animal, and this is what brings me to the topic. She tried to tell me last summer that squirrels don't realize if they're being killed. What animal on the planet doesn't realize it's being eaten? And as evidence of this, I saw some really, really unfortunate evidence of it yesterday. Oh man, I just gave her one with a shell. Oh, hang on, here she is. It's hard to figure out what's going on with the arm. I take the shell off the nut. Now, the unfortunate thing I was going to talk about was yesterday there was a red squirrel running across the lawn and then up a tree and making this sound that I have never ever heard, and I'm like, what is that? I couldn't figure out if it was coming from my phone. I thought maybe an Amber Alert from my phone that sounded bizarre, and then I realized it was coming from the squirrel, and I thought she was in trouble, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and she ran up the tree. And I got under and I looked up, and what it was something alive that the red squirrel was eating. And this thing was making this sound. All I can say is it was screaming. I don't know if it was one of my tiny toads, you know, a baby toad, or if it was an insect. It sounded like maybe a cicada. I think it's a cicada sound if it was on a single pitch, non-stop, top volume. It was just screaming. So whatever this was, whether it was a toad or an insect, it knew for sure that it was about to be eaten. It did not want to be. It was screaming for its life. And the idea that anyone would think that an animal doesn't realize it's being eaten to death, I think that's just someone who doesn't want to take accountability. And these animals, they do realize if they're gonna die, and they don't want to die. And I don't know if people use that as an excuse, thinking they can just kill an animal because it doesn't make a difference, because they don't know the difference. They do. It does make a difference. It's a life. All right, there we go. Look at me. I look like I'm huge. All right, well, whatever. This is not vanity time. Okay. Right? This is not vanity time. Here we go. One nut without a shell coming right up, right under you. You're gonna find it. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna throw a little whimsy video in here because this has been a bit of a downer. So here's everybody, and I'm betting that the chipmunk is gonna beat everyone to this nut. Can you jump it? Too high? Too high? All right. She got it. The chipmunk beat you. The chipmunk beat you. How about that? Little guy won the race. You want to come get another one? Come here. Oh, she got my finger that time too. Oh, here's another one. Wait a minute now. Okay, so that one. Wait, is that Punky? Look at that tail. Is that Punky? I didn't know if Punky was gone. She may have just moved because, or he actually, I saw him in a mating chase before. It's a he.